Hi, everyone. I am Donna Reed, and this is Donna Reed Talks Voice. In this final episode of the season, we're going to bring everyone together and just have a little conversation, answer some questions, make some comments, and wrap up the season.
Just a comment on the last thing we did. You said, let it feel different and crazy inside, but on the outside, you don't hear that. It sounds normal.
Correct. Oh, yeah. Oh, people will hear as you went up each whole step. Yeah, obviously there's a little bit of a quality change because you're going higher up, but it doesn't feel like you're singing with several different voices. It's your voice. Unless somebody wants to contradict me and say, no, they heard different things. No, I don't think so. Okay.
One of the things that you and I have been talking about recently, Donna, is that the whether you like the physical sensation of the sound, right? Like, so for the high notes, I don't like when I get to C, D, E, or C, D, E flat, like, I don't like the physical manifestation of what that sound feels like in my mouth and in my throat.
Let me interrupt for a second. When you say that, you don't mean that it's constricted or tight, because I know what you're saying. It's not constricted or tight.
No,
nobody likes feeling constricted or tight, so they won't sing high notes because they're constricted or tight. You're just saying the physical resonation of what's going on with those notes.
Yeah, the resonation, like the way that my uvula goes, like when I hit the C, is like, I just don't like it. It's not constricted. It's just like, ugh.
And you know what? I'm going to address that too, because you say the way your uvula does that. I believe me, in my life, I've sung many high C's. I've never experienced that in my life. I don't even know what you're talking about, uvula. Where is the uvula? I don't even know where it exists. So everybody's so different. You feel that. I've never felt that in my life. I have no idea.
I feel like a cartoon opera thing, like where you like see the little like.
That's not. You know what? Will you indulge me, Nellie?
Sure.
Will you sing this for me?
Yeah, but you can't see the back of my throat. You can't see what I.
Just sing it. Just sing it. Ah. I just want to show everybody how that doesn't sound like a cartoon.
No, I didn't say it sounded like a cartoon. It feels like a cartoon.
It's a Looney Tunes. I know exactly what
Yes.
I know it too. And the uvula goes like this. But it does feel like this when you're doing it.
Oh, so you feel it.
Yeah.
You have to just be okay that the vibration it's its own vibration. It's not the same vibration that you get when you're belting, and it's not the same vibration that you get when you're in like lower notes. Like
of course.
Lower notes.
Oh, of course.
Well, Donna and I were talking about this the other day, is that inside of me, the note feels out of control, like it's going everywhere, but the outside world is hearing it perfectly stable.
Yes.
So it's discombobulating because it's so free.
Definitely.
Yeah. And people will avoid that. You know, I'm just going to say that everybody should kind of know this. People hate freedom. They just do. They just do. It scares the hell out of them. And when the voice is free, it's, oh, I don't know how to deal with that. And you know, we think it sounds like it doesn't sound.
And sometimes when you play an exercise, just a normal arpeggio, and my voice is so free now, I feel like, wow, like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I know the voice just like does it, and and sometimes I feel like I don't know if I'm even hearing the right notes because I'm not controlling it. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm singing, even though it's correct. I'm like da 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 da, whatever it is. It's very strange, and it's just regular simple arpeggios and stuff, but I feel like I don't know what am I doing in here. I'm doing nothing. And that's
that's why, because how do we control nothing? We don't. And the freest sounds are the sounds with no symptoms. You don't feel anything. They just kind of come out of you. And that's very disconcerting. What do I do with that? How do I control that? How do I make that happen every night. But what I say is the people who are out there doing it, who've never had vocal problems and are brilliant singers, that's what they do. They just open their mouths and it comes out. They're not thinking, oh, I need to do this and I need to put it there and I need to do that. That's why they're superstars. That's why Barbra Streisand is Barbra Streisand. That's why Judy Garland is Judy Garland. You know, they open their mouths and it comes out and it's amazing.
But Donna, how do you know which direction to go with an exercise? Because you seem to be very clear about, well, this happened, so now I'm going to do this.
One is experience, and two is understanding the principles of how the voice works. So one of the things, again, I always quote Cornelius. He said, if you do something and it doesn't work, do the opposite. You know, and then if that didn't work, I'd think of something else. I'm constantly making up, you know, different exercises. Try this, add this, do that, do the other thing. Again, a lot of it is experience. I've been doing this for decades now, so I've done this before in blending the falsetto and the chest voice. But even if I hadn't, I know that, well, you know what? Let's go loud. That loud is good. Let's go softer with that. So, you know, it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now, what's difficult and what I'm asking my listeners to do is, how do you do that on your own? Really difficult, but you have to understand the principles. Know what loud does. Loud gives you more chest voice. Loud gives you thicker vocal cords. A broader ah will give you more chest voice. A broader ah will give you more thicker vocal cords. The lower pitches will give you more chest voice. The lower pitches will give you thicker vocal cords. Now, what I did with Martin is, because the falsetto and the thinner vocal cords weren't really working, I said, okay, we're going to go with thicker vocal cords, get some chest voice in there, which we did. But before I even did that, I actually changed the vowel because he had too much chest voice with that broader ah. So then I thinned the vocal cords with the more vertical ah. Then I added more chest voice by going louder. So then, you know, we're doing this. So because I'm fussing with the pitch, intensity, and vowel pattern, that's how you can figure out what to do. And certain things come about, you know, that, you know, well, if I do an E vowel on this note at this level of volume, then this happens. Or if I do an ah vowel on that note, on that level of volume, then another thing happens. And we have to figure out what that does for our own voices.
Donna, how do we know when we're working, if we're working alone, how do we know whether something is working for us or not, other than how it sounds inside of our head, which is not always accurate?
That is absolutely correct. That isn't always accurate. In fact, more often than not, it's not accurate. But I highly recommend, since we all have these wonderful recording devices, highly recommend record yourself and listen back, because many times I'll tell somebody to sing an ah, they'll sing ah, and they'll think that they're singing ah when it's the opposite. So you never really know. Recording and listening back is a real good help. So you could be a little bit more objective as to what's going on. So I want to thank everyone again for participating in this season. Martin Samuel, Michael Pereira, Nellie Beavers, Lorraine Brown, thank you all so very much for doing this. And if you are interested in appearing on one of my YouTube episodes, follow me on Instagram at Donna Reed TV and click the link in my bio. Thanks for watching Donna Reed Talks Voice. If you have any questions for me about this episode, or if you'd like to join me on a future episode, please visit DonnaReedTV.com and click Contact.